In games, there are many ways to play. The tank can overpower almost anyone, the camper is annoying, the stealthy ninja can sneak up on anyone, but my personal favorite has to be the hit and runners, the fastest of the team. This includes the scout, the fastest mercenary and gift of God from Team Fortress 2. And Tracer, the pilot turned superhero who's stuck in time from Overwatch. In this battle we will be taking their best feats from both the game and animated shorts. We will also be taking the most realistic feats from the two so no one has an unfair advantage over the other. From the lands of Boston lived a lonely mother and 8 children who loved to fight, though one of them was never able to keep up physically and instead ran and ran and ran until he was fast enough to not only keep up, but get ahead of his brothers. This man was only named as Jimmy, but you can call him the Scout. Scout's backstory is relatively unknown though he says his dad is Tom Jones. Luckily that really doesn't matter as Scout's natural born talent for chaos and just being an overall douchebag came in handy as a mercenary hired by the Mann brothers, who fought over a piece of land that their dad left them. Yes, that's the plot. As a mercenary, Scout carries a large amount of guns and weapons, though no armor. His favorites are baseball bats or something similar, pistols, and shotguns of many variations. Like his original, the scatter gun which is just a normal shotgun but with 6 shots, and even to his stronger ones like the force of nature which allows him to jump higher and have higher hits at random. And the soda popper, with the downside of 2 shots, it makes Scout be able to jump higher after enough damage is done. His secondary weapons include a casual pistol, to a pistol like the Winger, which also makes Scout jump higher plus have higher damage. His melees aren't as important but he can hit you with a bat or fish or even a baseball with the Sandman. Yes, he can smack you around with a damn fish, that's embarrassing. Finally, he has special secondaries, like the bonk which temporarily makes Scout invincible but he can't use his weapons, though he still gets knocked back by explosions plus it always says he's dodging, or the Criticola, which temporarily gives Scout many crits that help him hit harder than usual, or the Mad Milk which just helps Scout recover health if splashed on an enemy. All these weapons are just nuts, and other mercenaries have equally as powerful weapons, and like them, Scout is very powerful to make sure he does not die. He even learned how to double jump somehow. He's strong enough to smack around other mercenaries like the Heavy with just a baseball bat, kill a bear in a hot dog costume, and somehow survive 3 rockets hitting him all at once and sending him flying. Even though we don't see the explosion fully, taking the size of the background explosion, and thanks to Scout flying from it, we can confidently conclude that Scout took around 2 tons of TNT, and Scout can definitely scale his strength to that since he can one-shot people with even higher durability than himself once he swings his bat at full power with his taunt. Going back to his main weapon, Scout is fast enough to travel at a constant speed of 17 miles per hour, can scale to the Pyro who air blasts arrows and especially rockets which can make Scout go up to Mach 0.86. That's not all, once Scout drinks bonk, he gains speed. Going back to the fact he's fast enough to dodge every attack that's thrown at him though still get blown back, suggests that he's either catching or dodging bullets and rockets from point-blank range. This puts his speed at around Mach 126.6, he can even still taunt to not only be invincible, but also use his bat to one-shot people. With all these feats and accomplishments, it's no wonder why, despite his smaller physique and strength, he's still so important to the team of mercenaries.
Grass grows, birds fly, sun shines, and brother, I hurt people.
In a world where powers, super soldiers, advanced technologies, and even talking apes are completely natural, what do you do to be special? For Lena Oxton, that was being the most fearless and youngest pilot to ever be enrolled into the Overwatch experimental program. She was specifically handpicked to test the Slipstream, a teleporting fighter prototype. Everything seemed alright, until the prototype malfunctioned and teleported Lena somewhere unknown, being lost to time and space and being presumed dead. Or so you'd think. A few months after the accident, Lena started to reappear at random, blinking in and out of time and space for a good while before her good friend Winston helped her out. Yes, Winston is a gorilla who crafted the chrono harness to keep Lena locked down into the present time. Not only was Lena able to become normal again, but she was also able to control her own time, becoming one of the fastest members of Team Overwatch named Tracer. With Tracer's new harness, she could control her time as mentioned before. She can speed herself up or down, blinking away as she says, though it does require a cooldown after a few uses, though the animations make it last way longer than in the game. She can also reverse her own time with her recall, healing and reverting her back to how she was before, though she can only do it for a few seconds and it also needs time to charge. Besides her abilities, she's not very dangerous. That's why she have 2 pulse pistols that draw energy from her harness so she can shoot pulse waves with no drawback of reloading, but they don't go far. She also has her ultimate, the Pulse Bomb. This bomb is strong enough to one-shot most people in Overwatch and is extremely deadly since it can stick to you. Despite not being a very good fighter, her abilities definitely help her in the long run. Even if her main weapon is speed, she's still strong enough to jump extremely high in the air, disarm the literal cold-blooded Widowmaker, and can possibly even compare to Soldier 76, who survived and tanked this massive explosion worth 0.008 tons of TNT. As said before though, speed is her game. She's fast enough to blink up several stories of stairs, dodge gunfire, and can sometimes even outpace even Genji, who's fast enough to block 6 separate miniguns at the exact same time. Meaning Tracer can scale to around Mach 36. That's absolutely insane just from her controlling time to an extent. This power is very limited, however. Her harness can overheat and stop working for a short time, to which she's completely vulnerable as she can't blink away or even use her pulse pistols as they run off of her harness. Even with these flaws, it's no wonder why she's so capable and so loved as a hero in Overwatch.
Don't worry, loves. Cavalry's here.
All of the abilities and feats have been explained. Let's take these fighters and see who would win in a mortal matchup.
Fight!
This matchup was decently close. Normally, Scout was obviously stronger, 250 times stronger to be exact. Speed, however, ironically goes to Tracer, as she can outspeed Genji sometimes, whose best feat puts them both at Mach 36, almost 41 times faster than Scout. Though it's very unlikely that Tracer can consistently pull this speed off, since her speed comes from her blinking, which can't do all the time, unlike Scout. The speed, however, didn't matter ironically in the long run, since she couldn't exactly kill Scout all too well, while Scout only needed one hit, something his wider range of guns can definitely help him with, as they can both make him jump higher or give him extra jumps, boost his speed, or of course, the bond, which makes his speed go up to Mach 126.6, almost 4 times faster than Tracer. And it's not like she could exactly outsmart him too well. She's not a huge strategist, and both are equally as skilled and experienced with Scout's mercenary skill and Tracer's Overwatch training. The only thing giving Tracer the edge is her recall ability, which will most definitely help with Scout's strength, but probably not for long, especially if he could just one-shot her. In the end, Scout was just simply stronger, far tougher, and had the abilities and guns to catch and put Tracer down. The winner is the Scout.
Now you have to become a demon! Just imagine it! We'd be able to fight each other for the rest of eternity! 頑張れ頑張れ